Humans feed on food for energy. Spirits feed on vibrations, life force for energy. So anything that has a vibration and a life force is an energy for a spirit. If you have watched Vampire's Diary or a vampire movie, you will notice that though they are in quote unquote eternal beings, their strength is in blood. So though he will not die, but he will be weak and ineffective until he has gotten blood. So he is refreshed by blood. That is his life force. Likewise, spirits are like vampires. They don't die, but they can be weakened. So what strengthens spirits is energy and life force. So listen to me. Dancing is a form of energy, which is why when you dance to worldly songs, it is received by demons as worship and praises. When you sing a worldly song, the sound of that wave is received by a spirit as an energy for refreshment. Likewise, when you give out sperm in the spirit, your sperm is a life force. It carries life ability, which is why you don't waste it. So spirits are refreshed by sperms that are spilled outside the confines of marriage. I've told you that God's protection and angels' protection over believers in sex is only in marriage. Once it's outside of marriage, you are exposed because you don't have God's protection. Anything can happen, and a door can be open for Satan to enter your family lineage and afflict them. Which is why I've told you several times that your actions are transgenerational, so be careful. I've told you also that any addiction you don't believe God to deal with it, your children will inherit it because it can enter through your DNA and your children will do it. There was a woman who masturbated at the age of 17 and she has become a grown-up. Her daughter turned 17. On her birthday, he went to a room. She saw the daughter masturbating. The same age. There was a man of God who also said when he was in SS at the age of 17, he started fasting. When his son turned 17, nobody taught his son. His son also started fasting the same way. So listen, your actions are registered in your DNA. So you need to be very careful because you see, when you see of accident, they said spirits need blood for their rituals. People don't understand that. But we saw the blood, so how did the spirit take it? Now, do you know Jesus Christ's blood was shed on the cross physically, yet the blood is working? Which is to tell us blood in itself is not a physical thing, but the life in it, because the life of the flesh is in the blood. So if a spirit manipulates an accident and someone in the car as a victim was supposed to be 40 years and he died at the age of 20, what is the life force left? 20 years. That spirit drinks that life force as energy. And that is the very word Satan uses in the case of immorality. Am I teaching you here? I've told you several times, it is not every man we sleep with. It is not every woman we sleep with. You know, some people will just deceive you that when I sleep with you, I'll give you 10,000 Ghana cedis. The guy is having 50 million Ghana cedis account. 10,000 given to you is nothing to him. There is something he's looking for. A lot of these rich guys you are seeing out there are into occultism. A lot of young rich men have been initiated into cults and Freemasonry. And the only way the spirits can be serviced is to have sex with young girls every week. It's a consecration. That is what they do to renew their altars. So once they do that successfully, these young girls exchange their life force, their destinies, their potentials, their stars and their gifts for 10,000. And that is what a lot of young girls don't know. Sex is an exchange. It's a covenant. In fact, it is one of the highest life forces in satanic worship. Those times in the temples, prostitutes were always close by. So you worship, you have sex. Because sex is worship. Sex is what? Worship. So many people have brought legalities sleeping with a prostitute is a problem. I've told you several times. If you're a young man here, you have slept with a prostitute, you have to cleanse yourself. You have to pray that any legal implication should be taken out of the way, because it's a very serious matter. Ask yourself the question, why will God tell us to flee? I saw a verse in Proverbs chapter 6, the verse 32. You see, the Bible has set legal structures so that by walking in them, we save ourselves from trouble. Preserve your generation. Let your children come and be proud that you protected their generation. Protect them by your actions. Look, he says, but whosoever committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. You don't have insight. He says, he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Look at the next verse. I was shocked. 33 to 35. Look, a wound and dishonor shall he get. Look, so number one, you destroy your soul. Number two, a wound. Number three, dishonor shall he get. And number four, his reproach shall not be wiped away. You can choose not to believe scripture, it will catch up with you. Look at the next verse. He says, for jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Now look at the next verse. He says, he will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts.